Hey everyone, this is the Effect AI DAO call, March 6th, 2024. And we have Jesse and Lawrence and Rochelle here today, among many people in the audience. So we have the agenda, but I guess maybe we should just start off and ask if there's any updates on version 2 that you'd like to talk about.
Yeah, we've quite some, at least some proposals right now out there. So I think we have quite a bit to talk about on this DAO call. Just wanted to say upfront that I have to leave at in half an hour from now. So at around 35 past the hour. So maybe we can try to cover the most important stuff first, and then I will have to jump off at some point. But yeah, for the update on the V2, it's the main priority right now to get V2 ready. We're making progress. We're getting some help now from more developers. Lawrence is helping out me, myself, and more available to do some development work. So yeah, we're making steps forward. It's still the main priority to get this out as soon as possible. We're working on a pre-registration system so we can onboard people gradually into the new platform and collect quality feedback and make sure everything works well and there's tasks available for everyone. I don't have any extremely specific updates right now. We're not yet at the point where there is a demo out there. Maybe in the next DAO call, we'll be at the point where we can actually show a demo run through of the new platform. It looks quite different. There will be a little redesign done, and the whole flow will be smoother. And there's been a lot of work going into it, but yeah, I don't have any specific updates other than that. So I'll leave it at this for the V2 update. I can go in a few of the other updates we've been working on, specifically when it comes to the proposal that passed in the last cycle, the proposal for the rebrand. We've been doing a bit of work on it, so I can talk a little bit about it. But for now, I'll see if there's anything in the agenda we want to cover first before going to the proposals.
Quick, quick test. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, finally.
All right. Well, I think all we needed was an update, so I guess we can dive into the proposals. So, right, the proposal passed with unanimous support. There's actually a record number of votes, I think. Not number of votes, but vote weight. So it seems a lot of people are interested again. And yes, I wrote it because when I was reading why there was a rebrand to Effect Network, and in the article, let me pull it up real quick. It's like the core mission at the time was to create an open and democratic ecosystem for artificial intelligence development, to build platforms and software to aid data scientists in structuring data sets and help organizations build AI services. So that was why I got into Effect AI. So I think the rebranding back to Effect AI, I think, is definitely uh, something many people support, because that was the core mission originally, and it kind of I think during the years it kind of deviated a bit, focusing on everyone, the microtask work, which is still very important, the future of work, but the artificial intelligence component is the most important, and so I'm glad everyone supports the rebranding.
Is it a record in vote weight, the 4.8 million?
Uh,
Gotta check it. That's pretty cool.
yeah, from my sheets, it's the highest vote that we had so far.
Nice, that's good. And also good that it's unanimous, because I agree. It's I'm excited to get back to Effect.ai. I still think the name is great. We changed Effect.ai to Effect Network, to basically show at the point back in the time that we had a bit more than just AI training, right? Because we were trying to basically tell people what Effect Force was, and some people had quite some difficulties back in the days to understand like the need to train AI, and what you can do with a scalable workforce, right? So we basically decided, okay, AI is still a big part of the Effect network and what we do, but to not confuse people too much, we focus more on the working part, the scalable workforce part. We call it Effect Network, and instead of Effect.ai. So Effect.ai is still part of the Effect network. But also, yeah, the main site changed from the domain changed from Effect.ai to Effect.network. And now I think, especially since the new hype with AI, a lot more people understand the need to train AI, the need to have access to structured data. So yeah, I'm really excited to get back to Effect.ai to that basically continue on the mission that we had from the very beginning to democratize AI.
Yeah, I also like just some kudos on this proposal. It's nicely written out. I really liked reading it, and there's some history there. Well structured, like solid proposal, and great to see the traction that it got. And also, yeah, of course, I voted in favor, and I think it's the right move to move back to Effect.ai. Well, actually, we also have this domain name Effect.net, so it was for a little while in our minds to maybe use it, but I think Effect.ai is just the proper domain name, and it's the right move. So just wanted to touch on this as well. Like we've been working a bit on creating the new website and rebrand for it. Like some things need to change, but in this process, we actually like revisit a lot of the copy, the slogan, the title, like what's being communicated on the website, even the design, the logo, the name, like everything kind of is getting a fresh. I think it's the right moment to just refresh the whole thing when it comes to website documentation. So that's been in progress, and we're actually quite far ahead with this already. So I think it's in line with rebranding the name as well as the whole like story that the product communicates.
All right, great. I guess let's move on to the next proposals. I'm also gonna make it kind of like expand on it. So the next proposal is I'm submitting the 50,000 EFX to Defibox for their farm, and I think that's pretty straightforward. Just another farm like last time for 3 months. You get rewarded based on your share of the liquidity pool. But on that topic, I'm also kind of gonna deviate a bit. So I was looking. So both of you like are amenable to bridging to Solana, right? To expand the ecosystem.
Yep, I am, and Lawrence is. I guess you're referring to Lawrence as well, as he wasn't here for the last call.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So I was thinking that like I was looking at it, and Raydium, the problem we've had with the BSC farm, because it's been there for like, well, it's not active now, but it was, and is that it's very hard to like get eyes on people to know that it exists. So I guess awareness, right? But on like Raydium, you can actually just create your own farm. There's like this tool you can just like interact with it, and you can create your own farm. So I think on the light of this proposal, I think the DAO supports creating farms. So after V2 and the bridge happens, I think I'll definitely be starting drafting proposals for a farm as well. That's what I'm thinking.
Sounds good. I think on Radium, it's indeed easier to create a farm. It's just in the UI, I believe. So you can just create one, and people will see it, and the API will show up in some interface. So I guess you will attract way more people that way than we're doing with our custom farming on Binance Smart Chain, which is also inactive. So, and I think there's like more options as well on Solana side. You can have like more options for concentrated liquidity, and you have way more efficient liquidity that you can provide than just doing a traditional pool. So liquidity options will be way more like advanced, and we should be able to attract significantly more liquidity on the Solana side than we're doing currently.
Yeah, I think it would be great expanding the ecosystem. And I remember you said, oh, here's a question by Pratty. Would the token bridge to Solana then mean moving tech to Solana, or just allow people to hold trade the token on that chain? So, from my perception, the bridge would just mean allow people to trade it, right?
Yeah, the bridge is just for like the bridge will just bridge the token currently, and for time being, the technology is operating on EOS. First, like the idea is kind of fresh. I think we'll get a lot of benefits from bridging to Solana, but actually migrating technology, like there's staking, there's the DAO, there's task rewards, there's of course the whole platform about doing tasks and qualifications and all of that. I think parts of these components can be migrated over. Parts of these components can be on multiple chains. We're kind of structuring out like technically on paper how that would look like and what it means and what's like doable within which time frames. It's a bit more nuanced. Like we will have to release like written documentation on maps on which parts would be migrated, and specifically when it comes to utility. When it comes to the utility of EFX on Solana, we will need to have like clear, like it shouldn't be confusing or it shouldn't like. But I think these things will take shape in the coming weeks more and more. So it's not like we don't have a definite answer yet on which part is going to be migrated when.
So you're saying some parts there's utility in having some parts working natively on Solana.
I think it makes sense. I think when that token is on Solana, it makes sense to have utility there. In our last iteration, when we went to Binance, we put actually to work with their MetaMask, and we kind of, in the end, the solution wasn't good enough. Like we did the working, there was just too much. Like the bridging wasn't native enough, and it was a bit too. It just didn't work smooth enough. So we learned a lot from it. But I think the idea will always be that, like right now, EFX is lacking utility on Binance Smart Chain because it doesn't bridge easily enough, and it's not like the MetaMask working functionality just didn't really turn out as convenient that people have. Yeah, like the integration with Binance Smart Chain is just too light. So I think, yeah, hard to go into details right now as we don't have it crystal clear yet, but there should be ways to bridge also the technology between the two chains at some point.
Yeah, there's a lot of AI chains on Solana, so I feel like having it all be on the same platform will definitely help. Working with them if that's possible in the future.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
currently, this. Go ahead, Lance.
Yeah, definitely. So, like just already explained, like bridge itself, that's what we're gonna probably start with. That will just bridge the token. That will already unlock ways for us to, for example, create the farm on Raydium, have better DeFi there. But of course, we also want to bring more utility to Solana. And basically, because we have such a big decentralized stack, that will probably take a bit longer. But there's definitely ways for us to already have utility on Solana, and maybe part of it can already really move to Solana, and part of it for now stays as is, but we can have like a connector between the two or something. It's something that we are still working out, like Jesse said, so we can't comment on the specifics here yet. But the goal is to bring more utility to Solana in the end, for sure.
Sounds great. I guess I'll go to my next proposal, the USDT Hackathon prize pool. So I wanted to, in the past, there was an ATP David made to trade with the Defibox EOS EFX pool from the DAO directly, and it would have been like a way for the DAO to acquire tokens other than EFX and the. So in my proposal, the idea is to sell 20,000 EFX once a week for 8 weeks if it's 4 cents or over. And the idea of the reasoning for that is for a long time I've been a proponent of having hackathons, competitions to build upon the Effect Network or Effect AI tech stack. And usually, from what we learned, is that you want to have a more of a stablecoin price pool, so it doesn't like introduce volatility after the winners get their distributions. So I felt like it would be useful to start building up this price pool. But I guess right now, with the current price of EFX, nothing will happen. But if it goes up, the price pool will slowly build up. I guess hackathon will be even later down the line because V2 is the priority. But I definitely would support um, interacting with all the different AI chains or AI projects on Solana and seeing if they would be interested in partnering up for like a hackathon and stuff like that.
Definitely, I think there's great potential in partnering up for this use case. So good proposal, yeah. Like it's 160,000 EFX, right? Yeah, so that's a pretty nice amount. Um, yeah, sounds good. I don't have questions about it. I think it's yeah. I'm in favor. I think like the hackathon is still a really strong tool. So as soon as we're having P2 working, then this could be a way to launch this and also promote it across different ecosystems, but specifically Solana and all the AI projects happening there. I think we can create some good connections using the hackathon. So
Yeah, for our
I'm in
audience,
favor of this.
you can explain more that the V2 includes the Python SDK.
So part of V2 is indeed the Python SDK, which means you can use Effect Network within any Python application. So data scientists, machine learning developers, they often work with like PyTorch and these libraries like TensorFlow that are primarily Python based. And this is where you would consume data sets, process data, feed it into your algorithms, get data back. So having this native interface where you can get data sets from Effect Force and feed them directly into your Python machine learning framework. Also getting data out of your Python machine learning framework and processing that through Effect Network, like natively within the same environment, is one of the things we're really excited about, and we believe it's really going to make Effect Network more like a really useful standard tool for data processing within these environments. So that's the goal of the Python SDK, and it's been one of the big hurdles I think for driving adoption and new campaigns on the network. Has always been that the creation of these things is quite um, it's not very like native with like having people use the tools they already know and they're familiar with. Um, should really drive adoption and make it like way more convenient and nice to use Effect Network.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, and yeah, that's what for the audience, when I talk about hackathon, we'll be utilizing that Python SDK to build, dApps on Effect AI. All right. So next proposal, this one you just posted, and that's from our discussions, and that's adding liquidity to the EOS and effects pool on Defibox.
Yeah, this one is really fresh. I just wrote it. It might not like it might need a little adjustment. So this one is definitely open for feedback, specifically about like the structure of it and also the amount of liquidity to provide. But this proposal refers also back to an older proposal where the effect DAO got assigned, I believe like 700,000 NFX to drive the adoption of to drive new DAO members to affect DAO, and because NFX is this crucial component for becoming a DAO member and getting vote weight, and it's kind of complicated to get sometimes, or expensive, or yeah, it's not very accessible, because it, like a long time ago, it used to be able to mine NFX, and that stopped at some point, and then the only way to get it was this liquidity pool with EFX, but it doesn't even show on Defibox. So what this proposal will do is make it more accessible by, first of all, listing it a bit higher up in the Defibox pool listing, so it will be, anyone can see like, all right, this is where I can buy NFX for EOS. Also, having more liquidity means the price will be a bit more stable, so people don't you don't get these big shifts in price, and it will stabilize the whole thing a bit more, which is also convenient. But to create that extra liquidity and that extra pool, we need to put both NFX tokens and EOS tokens into the Defibox contract. So the suggestion was that Effect DAO will put the NFX, because it has in the treasury 700,000, which is a lot. I believe that's it's a lot. It's more than it's currently in the liquidity pool available in Defibox right now. So we can put a portion of that into this new pool, and the Effect Network Foundation will put the EOS, it will match that amount with the EOS required. Because at the moment, the Effect DAO doesn't have EOS tokens needed. So this way we can supply that extra liquidity and get all those benefits. Hope that's a clear explanation, but that's sort of where they. And then DJ already, I think, put in the first legwork, creating the pool together with other DAO members. So it's already there, but yeah, it needs more tokens.
Yeah, I was the idea kind of came up to me when some guy asked me, he's like, why is NFX so obscure to get? and it's true, because Defibox already is obscure, right? It's a DeFi on EOS, and that already is a stretch for people. And now it's just this obscure, not listed pool that you have to go directly with a link. So yeah, I think EOS NFX pool would help with that. But at the same time, it's good that we have the EFX NFX pool, because it kind of links them together. I don't want the tokens to be completely independent of each other. I want them to be very connected with that pool. And so, but this initiative is much better for visibility. All right, so that covers all the proposals. The topics that were submitted, Rochelle has her marketing committee. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Okay, yes, I have a meeting for DAO members who are interested in helping out with some marketing activities and some worker onboarding and stuff like that. We have a meeting I scheduled for March 13th, so a week from today. It's going to be at 6 p.m. CET. And I think that time should be okay, because I made a message in Telegram previously asking people about, preferences and stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited. It'll be just kind of like a kickoff. We'll go over, a few of the goals and overall, big picture items, and dial down and see, what you guys can come up with, some extra things. And yeah, it's just a start, because I'm excited to have the DAO, active in the V2 stuff, and growing the DAO membership, supporting workers, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm excited. Anybody have some thoughts on it? It won't be recorded or anything, and it has its own channel just so DAO only members can join it. I don't think it's something that should be open to the public right now.
Oh, you mean like?
And this will be a
DAOs?
meeting. Sorry, go ahead, DJ.
You go ahead.
I was gonna ask, like, this is gonna be like a meeting in Discord, or like, what's
Yeah,
the channel?
yeah. There's a
Just a
separate
voice.
stage.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, we got to get started. We got some time. So this is just the start of it. And Bree's not here, but
Nice. Yeah.
I'll make sure I send her a message.
Yeah, I
It's the
know.
right time to get started.
Yeah, Bree was very interested
Exactly.
in that.
Yeah. So I hope that time works for her. I'll check with her later. So yeah, that's what I have planned.
All right, I think that covers all the proposals and the items submitted for discussion. I guess it can now be more open-ended. If there are other questions from the audience or just things we want to talk about.
We have a
Yeah,
question.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was,
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, like, we were just talking about that the new Defibox tool to for the NFX token. And the current link on the DAO, if you go to the staking page, there's like this link to Defibox, but that link that doesn't work anymore. It just goes to the homepage of Defibox. So right now it's even more difficult to buy it, right? Especially if the link is not working. So you have to
Yeah, we
manually put
gotta.
in tokens. So we have
Yeah, I'll
we,
put a
we,
ticket on
we
that.
need to see if we can fix that.
Like,
It
I
would be
know,
great if we can link again the correct pool.
right? Jesse, I know. Was it Jeffrey who's now building? I seen in the GitHub that he's making commits.
Yeah, Jeffrey's
Yeah.
helping along with the new website. So you will see more of him in the coming weeks as well.
And then there was the other fellow working on uh, the templates. I can't remember how to pronounce his name correctly.
Yeah, his name is Upono. He's still like in the onboarding phase. He's getting familiar with the environment and the code base and stuff. So I think we're gonna see him around pretty soon, perhaps even in these calls. But for now, he's just he's working on learning a bit more about templates and how everything works. So yeah, might take 2 more weeks to get him fully up to speed and ready to contribute. But he's very motivated, and it's great to get some more hands on the templating and data science side of the platform, which is where he's mainly focused on.
And then there was also Miguel. Is he on board now too? I mean, he's always been participating, but like, it seemed like there was gonna be something more for him.
Not yet. Yeah, I would love to. Like, I know he's really excited to start. I haven't been able to sit down and get him set up on some programming assignments yet. But I know he's excited, and he's been yeah, like we've been texting. So it's yeah, I think bound to happen. We'd love to have him. Like, Miguel's great, and we'd love to have his support now. Things needed to take a bit of shape with Lawrence and me making sure the base of the application is working well. Just that gives a better environment for people to contribute. So we're basically there. So I'm yeah, we'll see Miguel contributions as well, hopefully soon.
All right, that sounds great.
A few questions in the chat from Fratty. They want to know, would a token bridge to Solana then mean moving tech to
Oh, we
Solana
already
or
we already
just
answered that
oh,
question.
okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it'll be in the recording.
That's right.
And then I guess anything else we'd like to talk about, or are we gonna cut it short?
I have to leave in like 2 minutes or so, so I'll just stick around. If there's any questions, then
Oh,
can
I
cover
get.
them right now.
Maybe one last reminder to publish that ATP guide, how to get it so that we have to sign it all.
You mean for the high guard, right?
Yeah.
To finish the cycle. Yeah. Good one. Yeah. That needs to happen for the cycle because we had the proposals. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. I'll make sure that gets up.
I think we're good. I can't wait to have that meeting next week. I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited about it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all the developments in these coming weeks. So I guess till next time, everyone.
Thanks for the call, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Till next time.
Bye.
Yeah, bye bye.